Hello to the chicos and the chicas. Longer time control inside my head. Let's see what's going on here. Oh man, I'm so glad that this came up. It's already worth making a video out of this. Um, about a month ago, by total fluke, I came across a tweeted by chessable, and it was a short snippet from a short and sweet lifelong repertoires, I think, by Adiban. I'm pretty sure it was Adiban. And that tiny snippet, when I looked at the board, had this on the board. And I'm like, I never knew how to play against this the best, because after knight f3 I'm back in a Scotch, which I don't want to be because I'm not a Scotch player. I play Rui Lopez. I do know that d4 has to be the best move here, so I don't play knight f3 here and go like, yeah, let's go back into e5, because I have the desire to punish this, like you should too. And so I used to take this and then play f4, but after knight g6, knight c3, bishop c5, black had a comfortable position. And so I was so immensely delighted when I saw him explaining how to do this, and luckily for me I fully remembered it. So the idea is that you actually take it, and when they take back you play knight f3. And the best part of it is that when they take this, which they didn't, but if they take this, you take back with the pawn. And that's just such a genius invention, man. I absolutely love that idea. Now, honestly, I have no clue whatsoever how to play against this, but I'm telling you that this is looking fishy. So yeah, knight takes f3 is the most common move by black, and then you take back with the g. Such a clever concept. Isn't this just take and check and over? Yeah. Check, check. No die tactics, not just your classics. So this was an early game over, but at least I managed to model you so that the g f3, and then you play knight f3, bishop e3, rook g1 attack here. Such a simple idea, and yet so difficult to come across, or rather not come across, but to figure it out yourself. I want to put this queen here to deny that castling as long as I can. It may be a silly idea, because eventually... Ooh. See, these are the things that on amateur level pop up on a regular basis, and for the life of me, as a coach, I just cannot possibly comprehend why one would put a knight here instead of here, when this is against every single chess principle and this is supporting every chess principle. So you already have 9 reasons out of 10 to not to do this. So you really have to break yourself sort of to get it there, and it has nowhere to go. It now blocks the bishop to come to e6. Like, I just don't get this. Like, this is the type of part of me being an educator when I'm just lost for words. Because I just don't get this. Like, you know, someone has the tools, the sets, everything, the tool set, sorry, rather, to do the right thing. They know how to do the right thing. They know what the right thing is, and they go like, nah, I'm not doing that. It's like, why? Anyway, so now I'm just playing random moves. Sorry, not random, normal moves. Because the age-old principle that I myself developed and proudly patented is that silly moves in chess always get punished by regular moves. Develop, castle, bring the rook up. I'm not doing anything fancy because I don't need to. In fact, not that I don't need to, because I shouldn't. Because if your opponent plays poorly, your best response to that is not to do something out of the ordinary yourself. It's exactly the opposite of that. You must stay within the ordinary, and that's your safest route to a painless, easy W. Do I want to take that? I mean, queen d4 seems the simplest. There is one trickery there that I need to look out for, and that is that queen d4, b4, knight a4, knight f4 is going to create a check threat here. But worst comes to worst, I can take that. So let's go here. Note how amazingly centralized my army is. Someone must have had my center course. And yeah, d6 is falling off the board. This is on. It is entirely resign worthy. And frankly, obviously the reason why he's dead is that he blundered here with bishop c5. But this knight e7 was just as big a nail in the coffin than the pawn blunder prior to that. And you could argue that, oh, what does it matter? The guy was dead anyway. Well, he was probably dead considering the 400 rating points gap. But between two 1900s, knight f6 would have kept him in the game. Knight e7 just like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you're dead. So it does make actually a difference. Absolutely it does. And it's mindset too. Like, it's just that even if you stuff up your game, you don't play the rest of it like it was just a piece of filth and you can't wait to get out of it. Because then it's a far more ethical and really more economical choice too to just resign. Because there is no point in sitting there if you are not giving it your best shot. But if you choose to do so, then it really needs to be your best shot and you need to keep on fighting. Should we go h6 and then f4, or should we just re-centralize? I feel more comfortable with re-centralizing, to be honest. Really want to play f4. It seems like we can't. Which is very hard for me to believe. So f4, knight takes, bishop takes, rook takes. And I check they have this. I can pick off h7 then, but that's not what floats my boat really in such situations. I really don't want to play e5 because that creates wide squared gaps in the position that I would find very difficult to control, and it could develop a very nice blockade. So my idea is to execute this for sure. Okay, maybe rook here with the idea of f4, knight takes, bishop takes, and if rook takes, I have a back rank winning everything check. So here, let's assume it's my turn again. f4, knight takes, bishop takes, king takes. Queen d6, check, rook g8, mate. Okay, let's go here. I also like this move because when he played here, he basically telegraphed that he wanted to come here. Oh, he's desperate to castle. Wowzerski. I mean, that slightly changes things in the sense that now I would like to be an absolute jerk and deny that by pulling the bishop back. But frankly, f4 castles, f5, knight h4, and then there is a little bit of a forkerino here. Nah. We go, baby. We go. Maybe practically speaking, it would have been wiser to move the bishop to disallow castling. But after castles f5, I achieve such a huge strategic goal, meaning that the knights are absolutely useless and they fail to develop or build up this wide squared blockade, and my bishop is a boss, and yeah, it's just too much on the plus side for me to care about the fact that he castles. That king is not going to be particularly safe there anyway. And after something like queen away, bishop pulls back, and then rerouting the queen onto this diagonal, there will be all kinds of filthies down that way anyway. Never mind. Now I am more confused than I have ever been in this game. And my confusion keeps on increasing. That would be a desired move to go for if it weren't an epic blunder. But because of it is, we're not going there. Queen e5 looks like a filthy pin. I really like that. Introducing f6, introducing rook g8. Let's go. Let's go. You want to increase spins. Spins are very good for you in chess. F6 is a threat now because after rook g, knight g6, I've got rook takes, and the knight can't take. The pawn has to take, and then I take the knight. Now he's forcing my knight to a better square, so you always have to be very polite and courteous in chess and say thank you for forcing my knight from here to here. That was awesome. Cheers, brah. Actually, rook here, rook takes is a beautiful mate, because if rook takes, it's mate here. If it's king takes, then it's mate here because the knight is pinned. So that is our number one plan. I hope he's going to go a4. I go here. He's going to go a3. And then I go take and mate. Man, I predicted a4. That was mint. That was mint. If he plays a3, I will be like, man, my lotto ticket is gonna be pulled out and gonna be winning the jackpot. My numbers will be... Lotto, baby! Lotto ticket. Check that mate out, bro. Takes mate. It's like, geez, Louise, it's like a stream highlight. Wowzers, dudes. Wowzers. That was awesome. That was really, really cool. Alright, and now we are getting a 2200, which is... Now that is a flag I certainly do not recognize. Oh, from the Bahamas. Rightio. Oh, what is it? It's e5. And if f6, then bishop b5. And if they take this, then check and take and back. And now I have no idea. The idea with this setup is that black basically wants a very quick queenside castles, because they claim that the queenside is their territory, and so it's difficult for white to attack into it. And then they slowly try to move all these pawns up. I really don't know how sound or unsound it is, but I will castle into it for entertainment value. For the content, as good old Zviad likes to say. Zviad Izoria. Izoria Zviad, rather. Georgian GM. Very good dude. So let's find a way to sort of knock on that door around the king. If I play here bishop f4, which I would really like to do, then he has got g5, bishop back, g4. And that's a bit unpleasant. I'm thinking about relocating this knight to here, here, here. If I go here, he's going to go f5. I go knight f4, he's going to go h6. I drop back, he's going to go g5. I'm going to go c3. I like that. Let's do that. So note how I'm ignoring the tension, which is utterly stupid, because now he actually has knight e5. So that was actually a tremendous blunder, and a very typical one, by the way, that I very highly recommend you to not to do like I just did, because I was obsessed with a positional concept, and whilst I thought it through in my head, I totally ignored the tactical aspects of the game. And so as soon as you move this knight, the elastic bend is on, meaning that knight takes e5. If I take this, he takes back. If I take this, he takes this. It never worked with the knight on c3, but after my utterly stupid move, now knight e5 would have been instantly winning the game. Instead, now it's totally winning for me, because he just lost the control of the e5 square and my knights are flooding in. I have no idea of what he's doing here. Like, he literally just lost the game instead of winning it in one move. I really, really liked that moment. It was extremely educational, but at the same time, I'm very, very upset with myself for such a rookie error that you hit upon an idea that you really like, that is a positional concept, and your tactical awareness is like out in the window. I find it difficult to play high quality chess and explain it at the same time, but this is not the quality of blunders that is excusable to fall into by any stretch of the imagination. And now he's simply just like on higher levels, which is not necessarily where I'm sitting now, this is resignable because e6 pawn is just doomed. It's not defensible. Bishop d7, knight takes, and I pick off e6, and that's all she wrote. I'm not saying I'm gonna win the game. All I'm saying is that this is how quickly it can go. That I make a terrible blunder, which is 100% tactical blunder. He counter blunders with one that is 50% tactical, 50% positional, and that's it. It's gone. Very, very curious. So let's try to turn it into a learning experience, though. So what was the right way to go for white? One thing I could do is to play something like a4 to defend the bishop and sort of threaten with some kind of pawn storm at the same time, perhaps. That's doable. Bishop f4, maybe I should have reconsidered this. G4, but the knight has really nowhere good to go. Or perhaps take and then bishop f4, but I don't really like giving up that guy so soon and so easily. Okay, knight f6, very logical. So now I'm guessing we're going to take and take. If I could, I would not take this, but I don't see a way to win this pawn without trading off this absolutely garbo bishop here. Nah, because if I move the knight, I mean, there is no point in trying to get cute here. So rook e6, bishop d6 is bound to happen. Yeah, he's going to get a little bit of initiative here that I'm not excited about. Perhaps better is if I just eliminate this bishop entirely. Yeah, I reckon I should. And now I'm going to play pawn f3, which is going to kill this knight. So the game will go rook e8, knight f8, rook takes, queen takes, rook takes, pawn c3, and then no matter what they do, I go f3 next. Okay, so I'm tossing up between take or playing c3 and then f3 next. Yeah, let's just solidify the position. These pawns are very well defending each other, and I think this is the second positional blunder in this game. Because what is he gonna do after f3? Knight c3 takes, queen takes, check, check, bishop anywhere, I win. I don't understand what he's doing. Okay, so f3, I'm guessing the knight is gonna drop back to d6 maybe, and wants to come around here or here to be a little bit cute. I guess. But after knight... Okay, I don't get this. Isn't it just resigns if I move the bishop somewhere out? Hello? Yeah, okay, this is over. So he didn't want to struggle with the pawn down and very little compensation set up here after knight d6, but it would have been quite a practical choice to go for that because it's still... I still have issues connecting the rocks. The bishop doesn't have an obvious square to go to after knight d6. So it would have still been an interesting game. Yeah, as it is, I doubt that there is a lot left in it. So my plan now is to play queen d2 against pretty much any black move next, and then bishop back queen here is going to be the last nail in the proverbial coffin. So yeah, queen d2. No, he can't even have rook e2 because after takes the bishop covers the rook, so no tactics. So all I'm doing now is just massively, like crazy, I'm looking out for all kinds of tactical cheap tricks because that is his only way to come back into this game. If I don't blunder at all, I'm totally winning. And this was another meekish attempt, like he wants rook e2, but he actually forces me to win the game the way I wanted to win it. So now he's going to change gears and he's going to penetrate with the queen, hoping to sell this check perhaps. No. Okay, so he just went full Monty, I give up. And I take it. So now his only move is actually to run towards the king side. And I'm yet to establish the best way to win. But I think what I'm going to do is a check here followed by bishop e5. Which is to cut off the rook from the defense. Yeah, he's trying to be tenacious and I respect that. But he came to this tenacious business party a little bit too late. So check here. Actually, I could just go check takes this. Not that that pawn is particularly important. Even queen f5 check is available. Like, I'm really spoiled for choice here. Yeah, I will just go check. Take this. It's going to cover d4 very splendidly. And the other benefit is that when he takes here, my queen is going to be able to monitor the g2 pawn as well. The only problem is that I would like to bring the rook in and it doesn't have a way to enter the fray. And maybe after here I should go check. I don't know. I'm going to do this, and I tell you why I chose to do that. I could have taken here, no worries, but having started with this move, it allows me to create a lot more threats. So now he has to reckon with this check, right? So now check here is mate, and check here, I don't think I have a mate, but I'm definitely looking. The idea was that now I can take pawns with checks, right? So let's go check, take. And the king can't really walk out because then this comes with check. And another thing that a lot of people would be extremely reluctant to do, but in fact, you should consider this, and it's actually really a mindset that a lot of people struggle overcoming. And that is that right now, if it was black to move, he would have nothing on me because after rook takes c check, king h1, h2 is safely covered. So I'm actually totally okay with not giving a check at one point. Right? So for example, okay, so he's going complete doozy because now I can take this with a check even defending back here, right? But at any given point, I could have actually afforded not giving a check and still be totally fine. Okay, so how do we finish this off? Well, I'm going to just mow down everything with checks, and maybe that's going to give him a bit of an alarm, a wake-up call that maybe this is a good time to call it off. Oh, I was going to go check and rook here, but that actually creates a counter possibility for him with check takes, and then he takes this. So that doesn't quite work. Okay, so let's go check. And let's just go here. And what that does is that now, if the queen goes away somewhere, I can just come in here. And he's going to have one check. Or rook e1 check. Oh, actually, no, rook e1 check is going to win my pawn now. So let's just go caveman. I mean, I'm pretty sure I had made that somewhere. But this brings it home. We will figure it out. I am 100% certain that somewhere here I missed the mate. But this is just too simple. Up, 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 up on your bike. All right, let's have a look at this. And in fact, we are going to have a look at the other game as well. So knight f3 was good. Oh, you guys don't see the analysis. Let's have a look at it like this. Rook b1. Yeah, whatever. Of course I missed rook b1. Come on, guys. You saw rook b1 too, right? Best move, no question. Get real, computer. Okay, castles, queen f7. So apparently I am meant to take on c6 and do the plan I showed you. That's amazing, man. Take rook e1 and then do the knight e2 plan. Wow. Okay. So I played here, and it's not good because of knight e7. I like how I get a thumbs up for a garbage move. Nothing like being consistent with these evaluations. So bishop takes c6. Let's have a look at this. Takes rook e1. It's okay to give up the bishop because the position is closed and this bishop is a total garbage. And then again, it wants to play rook b1 with the idea of b4, b5. By the way, I do like the idea. It's just such a crazy looking execution. And white is better. Okay, so I went rook e1, castles, knight e2. And like I told you, here I would have been in some kind of hurt after this. Takes back, knight here, bishop back. Yeah, I'm not a fan, man. I totally blundered into this. That was pathetic by me. And this was just a horrid mistake. And now the game is over. Ooh, knight f4 is not even best move here, bro. Wow. Bishop g5 is a touch more accurate. Insanity. Okay, knight f6, tuck, tuck, tuck. Oh, come on, dude. Keep on pressing the wrong button. So I'm just curious if I did the right thing by taking with the knight. And I did. Because I didn't like here rook e6. It's a typical illusion that a lot of people fall into. Oh, I'm taking with the tempo. No, you're not. Bishop d6 is the move they want to play anyway. Matter of fact, you are forcing what they want to do. That's exactly the idea that made me want to go with the knight so that I could eliminate the bishop. And it was correct. And here, instead of this, bishop e3 would have been better according to the engine. And now he's just dead. He needed to play a knight here. And yeah, bishop d2, as much as it's an ugly, useless looking move, is the best way to connect the rooks, and white is winning. He went Lala and sacked in everything. He's totally dead. That was actually a bad move. Rook e1 better. Wow. Okay. So queen d6, bishop e5 was best, which I contemplated but didn't do in the end. And now there is mate in 11. I had a feeling I missed mate. So where is my mate? Check here. Check. Check. Okay, so I missed the mate in 6. Not cool, bro. So queen g6, and if they go here, queen check, and if they go here, now I have this, because either way I can go with the bishop now because the pawns have been eaten. Oh man, the engine wants queen c6 though. Oh, and then the rook is gonna come in. So that's the idea that I failed to utilize, to take c6 with a check so that then the rook can come in. So h4 was a lamer move, but in the end it did the damage. Cool beans. Okay. Was there anything I wanted to show you in the previous? Oh wait, I didn't look. Oh, sorry. Oopsies. Wait, was that window crooked all the way, or just... Wait, what happened there? Now I can't rewatch the analysis. Did I have it on the wrong layout? Or the... Oh man. I hope not. I wasn't looking. So yeah, for the most part that was reasonably well played. And yeah, let's have a brief look at the other one, just for the opening, because I so much like that. Oh no, I didn't. I just pulled in the mouse. Okay. I really like that Adiban Bhaskaran idea that he popularized in his own course. That was a tremendously cool thing to look at, man. That knight f3 idea. I'm so glad that it was just a total fluke that on that day I checked out my Twitter feed at the right moment. So take knight f3, and if they take... Oh wait, I need to request an analysis here. So if they take, then you take with the G. That's a genius idea. And after knight c3, you play, sorry, knight f6, you play knight c3, they don't have d5. And your next move is rook g1 to hurt the pawn here. So if they play bishop b4, I think it's queen d4. Which is really cool. Attack, defense, rather that way, sorry. And then again, rook g1, bishop out, castles. Brilliant stuff. I would have never ever come up with this myself. Knight g6, knight c3 is better than bishop c5. Bishop c4, sorry. But I'm not so sure why, because if black's best is c6 here, excuse me, I'm genuinely worried about black here. Why just not c knight c3? I don't get this. I mean, I do like h4, don't get me wrong. Oh, okay, actually, no, I can get behind this, h5. And then knight c3. Okay, so knight c3 comes anyway, and we're doing well. And yeah, the rest of the game, I believe, doesn't really deserve too much commentary. f4! Bugger! I hate it. I so hate it. Because this is what I teach to my students all the time, every time. When you want to play a move, be very sure you don't need to prepare it. Because more often than not, you will find it's good to go. Dagnamit, what did I miss here? I mean, it's so blatantly obvious that here rook g1 just wins. Now, I hate myself for this, because I was even looking at it. When I was saying f4 is blocked, I was like, and yet I'm going to play it. And that would have been a far more educational moment than me having a great giggle at predicting here the way how he got mated. Okay, that was still pretty cool. But playing f4, when it appeared to be impossible, would have been a lot cooler for educational content. So yeah, when you think it's not good to go, and your opponent's king is in the middle, and you dominate the board, and you develop like an absolute legend, Morphe on steroids, I can guarantee you that what appears to be safely covered and isn't good to go is actually mighty good to go. If I take this way, it's gonna be like carnage, take, and knight will drop. Wow. Rightio, so those were our two games today, guys. One somewhat lower rated, one quite highly rated opponent. These are going to be the two games that will go up on YouTube. I hope you guys liked it, and I will be back with more soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.